Hey guys, what's going on? Today was great. I keep saying that, and I'm really happy that I can keep saying that. There's been some massive momentum, as I've been saying, in the smaller caps. Usually it's the stocks between, like $1 and $3. But just in general, the momentum has been crazy. So I think I was going to title this video, How to trade quick movers and kind of like stocks that get halted because they move too quick. So first off, I'm gonna turn the brightness on this camera down a little bit. It's getting a little crazy. Okay, there we go. All right, so what did well, the big name today, hold on, let's move over the P&L and I'll show you exactly what went down here. Here it is. So that's how you keep your winners small, or your losers small, and you let your winners run. That was with 500 shares. So I've been using like 1,000, sometimes 2,000 shares recently. This was just from pretty much 500 shares, and I sold 200 shares early. And then I took another 100 share scalp. I lost, and then I won, and I pretty much just was break even on those two trades. I'll show you what I mean. So CALI was the name today. I don't remember if I saw what they were up to pre-market. I don't think it was anything. For this candle, this is it. This is really it. Yesterday, actually, it would have been... I wish I had seen that at 9:28, so it popped up on the scanners there, and then yesterday it made a big move, so we saw that. So it actually had a lot of room over 450, so that would have been a great play. Just to keep on the watch list. So what ended up happening was it squeezed right out of the gates as traders start to see it, just straight up into a halt. Straight up 30%. Out of the gates, right into a halt. My first fill on it was at 517. I saw it. 516. I can't remember why I put 516 there. 517, and I rode it straight into that halt. That was amazing. So what I think I tried to do was get in for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, which was this first candle. So it surged up, and then it came right back down, and then as it started curling up again, so the candle started here, as it came up through that high, I was like, oh shit, this is really, really strong, and it has a low float so that the amount of buyers doesn't have to be as high for like a massive move to happen, just like supply and demand. When there's less of something that a bunch of people are scrambling to buy, there's less quantity available, so the prices just go up and up and up. So that's why these move so quickly. So 30% into a halt. When it came out of the halt, I think that was a 15-minute halt. Like, I don't know why they're doing this now. It's bullshit. Like, 15 minutes is when all the action happens. So I think they were just trying to settle down traders and everything. So it halted at 585. It reopens at $7. That's crazy. I was up so much. It said in the halt because the bids were at $10. Anyways, I'll just get right into it. So I held that whole thing. I think I sold 200 shares on the way up. I sold 200 at 581. I knew I had to start taking profit because, like, that's insane. So I had 300 shares going into the halt. I wish I had that extra 200. That would be so much more, but that was my strategy. I know some people held on to their full size, and maybe I should have done that. Getting better at learning when that is possible. So we've had a really strong market where things just blast straight up into halts and open like $1 at least higher. So with that in mind, maybe I should have held on to my full position and adjusted my risk so that if it comes back down, maybe I sell the whole thing. But you want that upside potential. So I know a lot of people add into halts too. So I just stayed at 500 shares. I don't even think I can afford more in this account because 500 shares at $5 was, yeah, pretty much the whole account, like $2,200 at the time. Now there's 2,900 or 3,100. So I started the day with 2,400 or 2,600 or something. So that's awesome. So typically what happens again is if things unhalt. So let's say it unhalted closer to where it halted. Usually what they do is they halt, they unhalt higher, they come down, and then as they squeeze through where it unhalted, the high, it continues going forward. So this just unhalted so high that it didn't really behave how they typically do. Typically, you know, this would unhalt at $6, come down towards 585 where it halted, and then blast through 6 or 615 all the way up to like 650, and then it would kind of trade more choppy in there. So this thing, it did kind of blast through. It had a huge range of $7. It dipped down, so it did do the dip down to 650, and then it blasted right back up to the highs of 750 basically. Then it gets halted again. Unfortunately, I was already all out, but this doesn't always happen. It's usually it unhalts, it does a little squeeze, and then it comes right back down. But this market, like I said, is so strong. So it unhalts again, another dollar, well, not another dollar, 750 up to 830, another 80 cents higher. Wow, man, if I had just held on to some more shares. So I said yesterday that I sold too early into out of a halt. So what I did was I sold 200 of the remaining 300 shares. You can see that right here. And then sold 200 at 651. Oh man, that sucks. I got one of the lowest fills right there. It happens. The low of that is 647. So I actually got one of the lowest fills. I probably should have sold it right out of the gates. That would have been a much smarter decision. So anyways, it came back up. And then I sold it into this push at 737. So 737, right up towards here. I didn't know if it would break through or not, so I just wanted to sell it in case it dropped, you know, right back down another dollar. But it got halted. I tried to get filled into the halt, didn't get filled, and then it unhalts and did its thing. So let's watch the video. This one will be pretty quick today, I think. So I'm in the halt here. I'm just looking at some other stuff. It says I'm up crazy. Look at that. I wish that was right. That's not right at all. So I got my 300 shares still into the halt because I said I bought 500 and then I sold 200. So I still got 300. I'm just waiting literally forever for this friggin' thing to unhalt. So here it is. See right where it unhalts. So it unhalts at $7. And look at the spread, 650. Oh, that's why I got such a crap fill. Maybe I should have put out an order to sell some shares near 7, but this is fine. Hindsight is always obviously 20/20 in this, but this was a great trade in my opinion. Anyways, so it unhalts at $7. My profit line is at 5. What is this, like 20? That's nuts. So it dips a bit. I got my 200 sold at 651 into this guy. I should have known. I should have kept in mind that it was gonna dip. People might probably load up and then rip, and then sell on that rip. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but most of the times it does. And a lot of people think that, so that just makes it kind of self-fulfilling even more. So I should have held on. But anyways, so it goes down, starts to be bought back up a bit here. 680, 710, 739. I get my fill there for the last 100 shares at 737. Because, you know, there's a lot of times these will just dump right after this, even in a strong market. So I didn't know what was going to happen. What I should have done, and I think I actually tried to do this. Look, it almost got halted there too at the $0.50. What I should have done perhaps is as it came back up, just gotten in a little bit sooner. Because look at that jump. It went from 656 to 680, 698, 723. What? That's 80 cents in, like, you can see it was just printing like 678, and now it's already up 50 cents from that almost. Crazy, like just insane. 80 cents now, or 60 cents, 70 cents. and then it's back down. See how it's like kind of just seesawing? Like it's really choppy because the buyers don't know what's happening. The shorts are all getting in, and hopefully it's going to come down. But then as it comes back up again, the shorts get squeezed out, more people buy, and then it's right back into a circuit breaker halt. I think I did try to get in here over 55. See, now it's trading as if it's about to be halted. 751, it's getting halted. The bids are stacking up. So I tried to get in with just 100 shares. Didn't get filled. And that was that. It unhalts, like I said, it unhalts even higher. So I get back in for another push. Unfortunately, I lose... What was that? Sorry, I wasn't looking at it. 30, almost 40 cents on 100 shares, so I lose 37 bucks or something here. And then, so 844, 845 is the high. I do another, you know, kind of buy as it's surging through. So 30, I wait for it. You gotta wait for it. 47, there, I bought in as it was most likely gonna surge through. Got my fill at 46, 49, 53, 75, and I get my sell. That's a 3-second trade for 30 cents. If I had 1,000 shares, that would have been $300 extra right there if I had gotten filled. So 100 shares, only 30 bucks added. Back to 604. What was I at before? 613. So like I lost and then I gained. So I was like, all right, that's it. This thing is crazy. And it kind of just kept chopping around, and then it was on its way back down. So what an awesome day. What a friggin' awesome day. So I wrote in here the P&L, almost 700 Canadian, because I'm from Canada, right? So that's why I have the two separate P&Ls here. These were all my trades, as you saw here. CALI, LIQT, Mara, ZX. Excuse me. Awesome trading. I only took 500 shares on CALI for a 604 US win, or a $700 Canadian win. And remember yesterday I was using like 1,000, sometimes 2,000 shares, and I only made this much. But today with this name on 500 shares, which is pretty much what I'm supposed to be using, right here, if I could click on it, and I made over $1 per share, like $1.50 per share, or no, not $1.50, but over $1 per share. So I saw the strength, I held on, it was a good time. I left maybe, I would say, another 300 at least on the table by selling early, or at least not holding on to those full 500 shares into that first halt, because it unhalted, what was that, $1.50 or $1 higher. So if I had those extra 200 shares, then $1 per share, that would have been, you know, 200, 300, 400 bucks, or 200 or 300 bucks right there, even if I had sold it instantly. So that's fine, you know, I'm learning how to do this. I can't complain about this week. I've, like this week, it's been... This week, in 3 days, I've made, you know, 1,200 bucks. I can't complain. I just have to be really careful because there's going to be a red day, and if I get pissed off and I try and, you know, revenge trade, or just I'm afraid of that loss, I could have a big loss again. But let's keep this week completely green. I told you I'm going to do it, so let's see it. I just got to be careful. This momentum will slow down, whether it's tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month. And then I have to just trade a little more conservatively. I can't hold on to things for as long. I have to take profit earlier, because I'm still in taking profit earlier mode, when we're in a market where you can buy high, chase, and it'll work out. Where that won't always be the case. So you need to have a dynamic kind of trading strategy that is based a lot on what the market's giving you and telling you, and just take what it gives you instead of having a specifically static strategy, although that's the best way to start, because you need to practice discipline. You need to leave money on the table rather than constantly lose money from holding on too long and not being disciplined. So let's keep it up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.